Community Radio.
Channel 1337.
Turn up the volume.
The People's Radio, Nevsky.
This is the People's Radio News for the week ending the 28th of October, 2948. In our top story, Levski has now fully recovered from tragedy following a massive cave-in which blocked people from being able to enter or exit the colony. Now being called an act of terrorism, the collapse was initially thought to have been the result of a construction accident. Those stuck inside the facility struggled for hours until an old narrow passageway was discovered leading out to the mining borehole. For more on this story we go to Victor Lee, who was on site during the relief efforts.
Following the terrorist act which took place near Levski's customs gates, hundreds of people became stranded at the bottom of the borehole, which has no foot access back to the surface facilities. They endured horrible conditions without access to their ships, equipment, or oxygen refuels as they waited on help to arrive. Thankfully, as word of the situation spread, community-minded inbound travelers were quick to arrive on scene and a massive rescue effort began to take shape. Unfortunately, rather than help, some used the crisis to their advantage, apparently masquerading as refugees to sneak on board ships. Several individuals managed to cause chaos on board the rescue vessels. Exact numbers are still unknown, but casualties from these reprehensible acts are expected to be high. Confidential sources say that these hostile forces were likely the cause of the initial cave-in, possibly as political retaliation by pro-UAE extremists against the People's Alliance of Levski. In a prepared statement, the alliance said the following:
"This attack was against all of those who value liberty, who reside within the colony, or do business with what has become a shining example of a free, self-governed, non-UAE world. Many lives were lost. Our hearts go out to the dead and their families. However, they should know their deaths were not in vain. The response to this tragedy has shown that the peaceful path of civil disobedience and self-governance, as exercised by the People's Alliance throughout our history, has been correct. Citizens and non-citizens alike pitched in to help the relief effort and alleviate the pain and suffering, proving we do not need the UAE or their military forces to protect us or our economy."
For the People's Radio News, all of us bid you safe travels.